I just gotta take it easy when it's too hard.
Life is my biggest motivation, because within life, other motivations exist.
I'm the hottest in the game, I'm the fire shit.
My very first freestyle ever was on stage in front of an audience in a hall filled with NYSC people.
What's beef to a man from the West?
Money. I think it's very silly of you as a human being to say the greatest yardstick of evaluation for you is something that can be printed by anybody in front of a machine. It just shows how our people are really not advancing mentally.
Treasure where I carry deep within, but society is getting in between. The tin long like many limits.
What's up, guys? It's your man Vector the Viper, aka VEC, and this is an exclusive.
Oh, West, God bless. So you know I only see the mission when I see the vision, aka summing up good.
What's an OG? Isn't that what they say about like original gangster or something? Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah. But I don't rate myself on all those things everybody rate themselves on. I'm just Olanraju Ogunmefun that people know as Vector the Viper. That's majorly it. I don't know about OG and everything. Even though I think, yeah, you know, experience under the belt. Yeah. But I don't know. OG, yes. Because I know OG as original gangster too. So what do you mean by OG? There's no quantification for that. You know what I mean? It's evidence. I've been here since. I mean, if you check the last headies to the last headies, you know, it's been a while, right? But yeah, I guess yes, you can say that I'm an OG in the game. Yeah.
To choking, body so slim with a back so the weight to your bum will make you.
In the barracks, McCarthy Barracks in Lafayette on Lagos Island. Okay, before then, I think my mom used to say that when I was a kid, I'd wordplay every time they spoke to me. So one of the most famous examples that they'd give is an older person can say, "Oh, Leko," I'll be like, "There's one on the fridge," you know. Because there's echo there. I've just always been that type of kid. So I guess it's a Binibi for real. That's the beginning. The beginning was I look at things around and I just make sense of them by myself. Yeah. I used to play with chemicals at a point. Like I was trying to see at some point when I was a kid how much I can hold spirit together whilst setting it ablaze to be able to throw it on people. Right, I was that kid. So yeah, it was from birth. It was from since I could put things together as a kid.
You're rocking that designer, and maybe I should give you a reminder.
I didn't decide it was rap, that was my thing. Things just happened. So there was a time I was in St. Gregory's College. I was in junior secondary school class, and one of our first shows was NYSC event at Muson Center. It was me, Francis Ifie, who was Blaze, and Niya Falabi, who went by the name Crystal with a K. And we got to Muson Center, it was NYSC people there and everything, and I just forgot my verse. I forgot my verse. Because usually before my verse started, I would have said the intro, "Yo, it's your man Vector the Viper, kitty call." Like Francis, they look me say, "Hey, this guy don't forget to be." So he just give me that look of, "Oh, more, if you go embarrass us, this is our very first show." And by the time we got to that rap point, I was trying to remember. I couldn't. I just burst into a freestyle. It was my very first freestyle ever was on stage in front of an audience in a hall filled with NYSC people. And I think I can remember, go, "Yo, I lost my verse. I'll make another." Like busting on the head, and NYS was New Young Sean Carter. It was heavy, like. And at that way, I was like, So I can just rap out of my head. I'm like, interesting. So you see, I didn't watch people do that to learn it from them. Even though I would not lie, I experienced it, but I didn't plan for my first ever freestyle. It was out of not wanting to fuck up the performance that I did that. So from there, you know, ended up at some point doing the longest freestyle on radio. You know, I didn't plan any of those things.
Dressed in all black, shots over shots, watch me. Call that.
I dare anybody here who would know JC Tom West, Queen Change, DJ Abdullah, FFD, Rough, Rugged, and Raw, Defo Clan, SWAT Roots, Junior and Pretty. I mean, I was the kid that had a big head or a big mind. So whilst everybody was looking at you as a toddler, I could tell that, okay, Junior and Pretty gotcha. I remember black faces, drunk MCs, now who you be trying to contest me when I saw them. I see them, I go be no remedy, and I can go, and I could go on, and I could keep the party rocking steady till the break of dawn. I know that.
When I'm on the I see them, I go be in the remedy, said I can go, and I can go on and on.
I know, tribesmen, no need to rush me, I will drop and I will it to make sure your papa and your mama feel it settled. Some is consolation, cause I'm willing, it's L to the D with a whole new beginning. Monica. If Monica no give me a good day again. I was a kid working on like, okay, what's all this oratory skillfulness that I'm hearing? And yeah, but I was just experiencing them. I guess I was self-aware early enough to know that I didn't want to be like anybody else, so it was hard to pick a mentor. I was the lead tenorist in our mass choir. I don't know how many rappers were lead tenorists in their mass choir. So how could I, look up to, because most of the rappers I knew sing, ew, sell out, right? Ew, that's not gangster, or the, right? So I didn't know rappers who could sing, and not even classical music as well. So me, I'm there in church doing, Lord, make us instruments of your peace, and I'm interested in what this guy is saying and what these words are. And everybody's busy defining what talent should mean. So if you're a rapper, you shouldn't be singing. If you're a singer, you shouldn't be rapping. No, that's a lie, because singers are allowed to rap. I mean, Chris Brown is obviously allowed to rap. So it was, I heard all these people growing up, but I couldn't really pick one person, not even Hove. Because Hove can't sing to save his life. Hove can't sing to the point whereby he intentionally did the off-key thing, say, what's that song again? Give it to me, I like that, sweet that, something that nasty. So when I was like, when the hand is in the system, ain't no telling when I fuck them out, this some that's what they be yelling, I'm a pin back blood, not relation. Drunk off something, say high off something in the club, singing off key, and I wish I never heard her at all. He was singing off key right there. So how do I make Hove the grand master of inspiration when, as much as Hove is Hove, me, I'm in the choir doing choir stuff, but I'm also able to put words together. So it was hard for me to pick one guy as the guy that was the ultimate guy for me. At a point, it was Ludacris, Chicken and Bear album from there. At a point, it was Fred the Godson. Rest in peace, I think he passed. At the time, it was Rocket. I'm just an encyclopedia of music experience. So I couldn't really say this is one guy, but I experienced a bunch of rappers and a bunch of musicians, like gospel music, Kim Burrell, every other person that can sing. Celine Dion, the One Heart album, one of my all-time favorites. Enya. So I'm just a walking encyclopedia of music or sounds, pretty much.
Mag with me, I ain't talking GQ.
What does it mean to be a Nigerian rapper? A Nigerian person that is gifted with the skill of rap, that's it, I've heard Olamide say dope lines, I've heard Reminisce say dope lines, in Yoruba, I've heard a lot of Ajasa say some lines in Yoruba. I've heard, 6 foot plus. Anwule, you chop my money, go, or oh, lie, I say. Say, I say, oh, lie. It's just Nigeria. Plus, growing up in the barracks, you are not allowed to be very tribalistic in the barracks. You are tribalistic at your own peril because there are a bunch of tribes, so there will always be fights. It's peaceful for you. So I'm very, very Nigerian in the mentality of my head. But I can't be Nigerian because I'm Yoruba. Nah, I'm Nigerian because I'm Nigerian. That includes Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, everybody we dey. So yeah, what makes you a Nigerian rapper is the Nigerian person that is gifted with oratory skills or rhythm and poetry to be able to deliver that exactly how you feel.
Your body raise up, make me want go erase all the mother girls.
I don't feel proud about it. If you truly are something, switching from what you say you truly are in the core of you would be hard. If it's now destiny, that's another conversation, you know what I mean? If it's destiny, how can you change? So how do you want to even say, I'm super proud of myself, you know, for not changing? Well, you know, they even see plenty things with the soft. Talk less of say, may they can inspire you to change. So I'm not proud of myself that I didn't change, because I know myself in a dynamic array of existence. I know myself as a vocalist. I know myself as a producer. I know myself as a writer. At some point, a sketch artist. I know myself as a script writer, you know. So I don't box myself.
Hey Kitty, fire shit. The rap fire, every song is burning to me. So
Money. Yeah. Has it brought money? Yes. I mean, are we talking music money or money? Any type of money? Because, yeah. But I don't rate profit based on that. That's just money, you know. Money is money. I think people put too much. I think it's stupid to put your entire strength of argument on something that's just paper and ink. I think it's very silly of you as a human being to say the greatest yardstick of evaluation for you is something that can be printed by anybody in front of a machine.
with him, here's him, and I'm me. Kilo day, one beat, some on me.
Isn't it funny that my first single that most people heard about me, the reality is the same today? It just shows how our people are really not advancing mentally. Because the argument still holds water till date. Who would have thought? Woli in the house. Who would have thought, you know? And there's nothing wolicious about it. It's just there, you know. You people can decide to, you know, accept the holisticness of what it means to be a Nigerian. You know, Nigeria is not just about Yoruba rappers or Hausa rappers or, no, Nigeria is about Nigerians, you know. So, yeah, it's quite interesting to think that I was talking about stuff in Kilo Day when I started my career. And I dropped a slim recently and I still have to deal with that type of mentality. Well, of course, idiots will give birth to idiots. So, you know what I mean? There is a consequence for every decision, every action, and everywhere you choose to stand. I.e., some people jackpot and went to Ukraine because Nigeria was uncomfortable. Who would have thought today that reverse would be the argument? I mean, Nigeria is still uncomfortable, but compared to Ukraine. So what's the need to try and, you know, deal with people who they obviously don't understand life. But those of us that do in our own way, we will just observe OBS day games. Okay. Do you be up to politics? If you do mago and vote the wrong leader, no worry yourself. The money would then give you for Naira, if you change that to Forex, you go nowhere till they talk. And how long would that last you for the tenure of leadership? But even if it lasts you, whatever you don't stop now will affect your child. So what's the use of making sense to a dummy?
Shine, bling, bling, yeah. Everything sink and sink.
I should even be appreciating that, you know, in Nigeria, you graduate, they'll do party. You will read book. You'll get visa, they'll celebrate. I'm appreciative for that. But he said, what's the secret to being relevant? What do you guys call relevant? The secret, okay, let me now, because I'm good with detachment, so I can detach and then see arguments. Relevance will be observed if you are not concerned about being relevant. You should just be yourself. The only thing that can keep you relevant is the thing that nobody else can be, right? I mean, what makes you special is what nobody else is, right? Yourself.
You own the beat.
if I told I to answer that, it would be from the moment I started to make music, because it's within the music that I find my seat of authority. But saying the industry, which stupid industry did? There's no industry. There's investments. There's lots of funny money. But there's no industry. If there was an industry, art would speak more in Nigeria. I don't see myself as somebody who stamped his seat of authority. My career path, maybe there are things that I've done. But how do I say it? So I won Headies one time. Or I did a montage thing for Headies. I've done BBC One Extra. I've done all these things. But I didn't do them simultaneously together. One happened, time happened, another happened. So how dare I say that I stamped authority here when more things are still happening? I'm still evolving. Music is about mental expression. It's not about situationship. I'm not situated as Olanraji Ogumefun. I am Olanraji Ogumefun. From the moment that I took my first breath, my seat of authority was stamped. Because what you're hearing is a derivative of my first breath.
Another level, no fee matter any less. I'm telling you, around the time to hear me best.
I've had a lot of high points. I haven't recorded the highest yet. Maybe when I get to heaven, later, I'm like, they lay in the highest. But then again, in that reality, I'm sure after heaven, there'll be something else. Well, maybe not something, but there'll be steps in whatever reality you're going into. Well, I don't know. But I've had points that I've been super proud of, like 2010 when we did the Big Brother theme song with my Hunter. And we're performing in SA. And before my performance, I was approached if I was interested in teaching literature, but from the angle of writing, in just like a short TED talk. And they're like, I'm a year old in the game. Every time I go tell students now. Like, that was a high point at that moment, because I was like, I didn't even know at that moment that was a high point, because I'm like, wait a minute, they wanted me to come and talk to South African students in school on creative writing. But because I was young and new in the game, I didn't know what I wanted to do with that. So my first response was, no, maybe it's because of upbringing, Sha. Not how many things was you, all this kind of but regardless, I don't know why I couldn't take that on. I think I know why. It was pretty much upbringing and conditioning in Nigeria, because I should have known that I was that brilliant enough to talk to people about creative writing then. But we then start to perform, and I'm on stage, and there's a lot of noise, and there's music, and this babe was in the crowd, and she says, touch me, and I reach out to her as I'm rapping, and I touch her, and she screams so hard, my ear glitches. My eardrum glitches. There's music playing, and my eardrums glitch from a scream in the audience, and I'm like, if I can find that video, there's a little reaction from me on some. I was rapping, I was performing, and she was there. That's a high moment. But I was also talking to the governor of Lagos State at the Headies thing, and I like the fact that we're able to rub minds on the concept of giving grants to artists over loans. Makes sense, But then again, if you don't protect the intellectual property of the artist, what will the grant do that will not be pirated? Nothing. Everything will be pirated. The problem was never the money-ish, no. It was always about the exploitation of the art. That's another high moment. When I won multiple Headies, I was coming back from a court case. That was a high moment. So I've had different levels of high moments that I can't even pick one and say this is the highest moments. There's none. Everything is exclusive to itself.
I'm not these rappers who usually front lines, like I tell the truth how I see it, my church mind.
Life is my biggest motivation, because within life, other motivations exist. So as I'm living life, I meet people that are doing press. we run it. As I'm living life, you know, you go through things that make you sad and happy. Then you make music that have lyrics of information of sadness or happiness. So yeah, my biggest inspiration is life. Yeah, because na inside life, na Bob Marley come go. Na inside life, na fella come go. Na inside the same life, na Jesus come go. You know what I'm saying? Of which, if we get like that, people see they mad after all these people I mentioned don't come. Plus many more. You know, so the greatest bank of inspiration that I can think of is life. You'll always be able to draw from it.
Pitching your tent with the greedy, it's all in the genes. Your genes.
I feel like it's disrespectful to talk down what people feed on or what people's life, you know, that's how their life is. I feel it's disrespectful to talk down, especially on that if your yardstick of evaluation is not applicable to it. So if you're coming from a pop perspective, rap will be dead, you know. If you're coming from a rap perspective, pop will be dead. It's both realities exist simultaneously in their own characteristics. But yeah, that's all that is. That's misinformation and miscommunication. That's all that is. There's no... people with the complaint said they are rappers now. Everybody's guilty in that conversation. Don't throw it on Wiz. Everybody's guilty on it. Even people that are supposed to be patronizing the music, because guess what? For example, I'm seeing expectance that I'm doing a diss record, you know, loading that and everything. It's just weird, you know, because all of you could have just, you know, paid attention. And if you don't pay attention, don't talk about what you didn't pay attention to, you know what I mean? Because people that paid attention know. So, but what do you want to talk about? We've spoken about rap in Nigeria. I've told you generations of stuff, but even them, how many people know DJ Abdullah now? Even then, how many people patronize them then? So rappers, because rap is always truthful, you know what I mean? Well, maybe not always truthful, because people say they have guns and Maybach. Yeah, and even the virgins have so. But real rap has always been like factual stuff. It's always been reference to factual stuff, maybe not factual stuff, but reference to factual stuff. But it's not the same as people who sing the praises of, you know, people just make different types of music, right? But leave rap as what it is, right? But rap is dead in Nigeria. Bro, what's it called? There is a Nigerian, there is a rapper in Russia that is doing good. You understand? I don't throw my chart toppings out there because it's none of your business. No, it is your business only because you people are the reason why it's there, you know? It's not my duty to go and say, oh, all of you are playing music, oh. It's not my duty to say, all of you are playing music, oh. See the value of the music you're playing, oh. See how it is working, oh. See what you're doing for me. Like, why am I giving you feedback on you playing my music?
Skin in the game if you want to be diabolic, but I don't have time for it. I don't have time for her.
It's a good time to be a Nigerian artist because, you know, Nigerian music is going places in the world. But again, what's the beauty of music that is not timeless? My advice to you is stay timeless. And how can you stay timeless? Just be yourself. In whatever capacity you think yourself is, just be that. And you'll be fine. Yes, guys, once again, it's your man, Vector the Viper, aka VEC. Lafiaji in the house, well, on the skin. But yeah, I had a great time with the HIPTV crew, recording my exclusive. Stay tuned. God bless.